It's The Local Show on News Radio 570 WSYR, a service of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's The Local Show, the 2023 all-in, all-on spring edition. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my good friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. The Local Show features conversations about local business. We talk with the business owners, the CFOs, the CEOs, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, business advocates, and other business-friendly organizations. Now, we're going to learn all about their businesses and why they do business right here in Syracuse, New York, and where their businesses might be going in the future. So stick around for all of that conversation. You're going to hear about their successes, their challenges, opportunities, marketing, and advertising. We're broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studio, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you a man who has been embracing artificial intelligence for years. It's Steve Roberts.
Here we go. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
It's good. I can see your face because the sty in your eye the swelling's gone down. So I actually see your nose in your mouth now.
Yeah, that's been a week and a half with that eye. And it's not that it was just the sty. It somehow was affecting my whole body. I think I had a whole body shutdown.
You mean you were depressed, moody, and negative?
Yeah, that's so just a normal week.
I was
for
going
me.
to say nothing changed.
Well, we'll see what Dr. Barry says, this week. So I'll have to go visit him.
He is so, I don't know Dr. Barry personally, but I see he's looking at the chart going, why do we say yes to this guy?
Right. Well, yeah, that was a bad stias in the ias. And, no matter what you do, you have to use those hot compresses. But you know what they recommend? It's like 6 to 8 times a day, 15 minutes a day. Who's got time for that?
Yeah.
I'm trying to type with one hand and
that doesn't work.
All that stuff. So, it's better. But allergy season is tough for a lot of people. And quite frankly, even as bad as I get, I see some people like at the stores that are just, they look like death wormed over.
Right. Or you can take Benadryl and take a 24-hour nap.
Right when you're sleeping.
See you later.
All day. But you don't have those problems. You're always,
I had a lot of allergies when I was a kid. And I still have, my eyes will get itchy and stuff like that, but it's nothing like it was when I was younger.
Right.
Okay. My sister, she's like, she's the one.
Oh, yeah, she was having
She's
some
one
trouble.
of those people, the sneezers in the aisle people, yeah.
Well, God bless all of you, and, take your meds and listen to the show. We've got a good one for you. John Smith is coming up. I like easy names. From J.C. Smith Incorporated, Neil Carr, Vice President of Prime Heating and Air, and Jeff Zarnowski's going to get nutty with us. He's the orchardist at Z's Nutty Ridge. And then Samuel De La Paz is the Brady Market Store Manager. Lori Simpson, Director of Development at Hospice of Central New York and the Finger Lakes will be by. Natasha Schmidt, co-owner of Rubber Stone, and then Matt Major, the founder of Growth Mode Technologies, will stop by for a conversation and wrap things up with Joe Scrippa, the owner of the Scrippa Group. We'll talk real estate coming up at the end of the show there. Right now, it's my pleasure to bring back John Smith. He is the, I don't know, what do you do over there? Smith Incorporated.
Well, family-owned and operated business, so...
okay, yeah, everything then.
A bunch of different hats, depending on the day.
So you're the prince or the king, or what are you?
I wouldn't consider either.
Okay.
A man of the people.
Yeah, right. Well, tell us about your background, and, can you say how old you are?
I am 30 years old. I'll be 31 on June 1st.
Well, yeah, you're a young man. I thought you looked young, and you've been doing this ever since you were a kid. Did you go to college for something? Or?
I did, yeah. I went to school for business out in Rochester, and then I've been working at the family business since, probably 15 years old. And, summer times and during school vacations, and then went away to college, and then came back a couple years after college, and been full-time ever since.
Did you ever, during college, did you always think you'd take over the business?
Well, at college, I, like I said, went for business and got my grades and went to my classes, and then spent a lot of time in our Rochester store working out there too. So I was always tied to the company.
Was there a point when you're like, I'm not, you know what?
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do construction equipment. Yeah. Or were you like?
Well, I think because we have such a vast variety of products and stuff where it always constantly changes, so you're always intrigued. Right. At least I am, and so it's always been since a young age.
So explain what the heck you guys do. And
so we're a construction supply company, rental company, located in upstate New York. 6 locations: Syracuse, Albany, Ithaca, Binghamton, Rochester, and Utica. And then out of those 6 locations, we actually have 6 print shops that do like vehicle wraps and construction signage, municipality street signs. So that's like one aspect of the company.
Right.
And then so we sell to like a lot of contractors and bridge contractors, asphalt guys, landscaping guys, shovels, rakes, wheelbarrows. We sell plate compactors, air compressors, stuff like that.
I read something on the internet that said you actually make the potholes so you can drive the business. Is that true?
No, but we sell the asphalt cold patch to fix the potholes, and then the hand tampers or the compactors to flatten them out. So
are all your stores created equal? In other words, inventory wise, you can.
Yeah. So I mean, the main hub is out of Syracuse. A lot of inventory comes in there, and then we have great staff that hops in trucks and drives to Albany one day and back and does like transferring of products.
Okay.
We have a lot of manufacturers that'll just ship directly to each location, save us from moving it around. But yeah, the main hub would be in Syracuse, but the offerings are pretty equal across all 6 locations.
Is it just contractors? Like, let's say Tom needed a bobcat to move his mailbox.
Come on in.
So seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, here's what I find, and we're we waited till the pandemic was over or not, or whatever they're saying it is, to do some home improvements. So now we're diving in.
Of course.
And I've been over to the big box stores looking for things, everything from supplies to tools to this and that. And they don't know anything. And it's hard to find good quality stuff. And I found out something that, like, even the faucets and things like that, that are the big box stores are going to hate me, right? But this is common public knowledge. A Moen faucet is not created the same way the Moen faucet that you buy at one of the distribution places.
Correct,
because the parts and pieces inside are not, they're all plastic over
really?
But they'll still charge you $400 or $500, $600 for the faucet.
The name.
Right. But then you buy the Moen over at the supply place and it's all brass fittings and steel and all that kind of stuff.
I did not know that.
And I didn't know that. So I imagine with the tools, it's that kind of thing where you can't get some good quality tools over there. They make them cheaper, right?
Yeah, I mean, and nothing against the box stores, but like you just said, there is a difference. They may look equal. They may look the same on the outside, but on the inside, for example, like we do a lot of Milwaukee and DeWalt power tools where they look the same on the outside, but the inside they may be brushless versus brushed, and big difference. And so that's why we see a lot of guys coming our way or women coming our way, because the knowledge of our staff, and then the products are more kind of construction grade, meant to be used every single day.
Right.
Rent to sell, all the above?
Yes. Yeah. We have a large rental fleet to where, plate compactors, floor finishers, demo saws.
So if I don't have to buy, if I don't want to own it, I give it a couple days.
Absolutely. Yeah. We do like 1 day rentals, week rentals, month rentals.
Oh, no kidding. 1 day rental. That's awesome.
So jcsmithinc.com.
That is correct. Yep.
And they'll get an education on everything that is.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a great website. You can buy right off and everything.
But it's consumer and business. That's
absolutely. Yeah.
I would get over there. If you got a project out there, this is, the Tom and Steve pick of the week.
Tom, I love power tools.
Steve needs to rent somebody to use it too.
We got good references over there.
That's wonderful. Get over to JC Smith Incorporated, jcsmithinc.com, and ask for John by name. John, thank you so much, and you have a great rest of the day, okay?
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
You got it. Neil Carr is coming up next, Vice President of Prime Heating and Air. Stick around on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
And we're back. Happy spring. Doesn't get any better than this, unless, of course, you were down in Florida, which is where I'm going to have to head in a while.
Would you want to live in Florida in August?
No, it gets really hot down there.
Everybody's got a pool. Everybody's got air conditioning.
You could do it. You can do it now. And I go down to Georgia all the time, and my dad was saying the other week that it was like 80 degrees over there. Yeah. So when that gets hot, it gets hot down in Georgia too. I don't know. You get used to it. It's just nicer to wake up in the morning and see that sunshine coming over the ridge.
I wouldn't mind the change of seasons if winter wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
If it was like summer, spring, really fall, cold. Summer, spring, I could do with that. It's that fourth season, that one that's 9 months long.
That kind of gets you. Well, 'tis the season to do some home improvements. I know that we did a home equity loan and, got to do some things around the house. Geddes can help a lot of people with that and do it well.
Absolutely. If you're thinking, we got to fix this. We got to repair this. It's time to update. There's equity in the house. I mean, real estate prices went up. So guess what? The equity in the home went up.
Right.
So there's more there.
And we know with that Micron deal, things are going to float upward.
Oh my goodness.
Even further.
So if it's time to, put a pool on or do whatever, maybe fix up the house, getting money from Geddes, it's local. They're just great people. Or maybe it's mortgage time. Maybe it's get it pre-qualified.
Right.
People are still buying houses. The rates are still way lower than they were when we bought our first house.
Sure thing.
So get it at Geddes right here in town. GeddesFederalSavingsAndLoan.com. Tom?
Neil Carr is back with us. He's the Vice President of Prime Heating and Air. How are you, Neil?
Doing well, guys. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. PrimeHeatAndAir.com. PrimeHeatAndAir.com if you want to follow along. Neil, walk us through your personal and professional background. How'd you get over to this HVAC business?
So I got a business background. That's what I went to school for.
What college you go to?
It was down in Pennsylvania. It was Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology down there.
Okay.
Got my associate's degree in business administration.
We'll pretend that's real.
Yeah, and
he had me at Thaddeus. He had me at Thaddeus.
Yeah, Google it. It's down there.
Okay, we believe
right in the heart of Lancaster. Funny, my brother actually went there too. That's where he got his HVAC diploma in too. So.
Lancaster.
Yeah, but just the way he said it.
No, it's Lancaster. It's not Lancaster.
Yes, did you say that again?
Lancaster.
Yeah.
Come on now.
We went to a theme park down there. What theme park is in Lancaster?
It's called, there is one.
There is one. I remember we took the kids down there when they were young.
Yeah, there is.
The Amish games.
It may come to me.
It was a really cool one, actually.
Yeah, it may come to me by the time we're done. I don't know.
All right.
I spent a lot of time different companies through the years, and then after Dwayne had started Prime, he about a year and a half in, he needed an extra set of hands, an extra person to kind of take over the operational side of things. So that's what I do. So,
excellent.
Fit my background well, personality wise too.
That's so important. King's Dominion.
Yeah,
was King's Dominion. Does that ring a bell? Lancaster?
Ish. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, it's hard to find people who are in the trades. Sometimes are very good at what they do, but they don't have a lot of personality. And that getting back to people, the customer interfacing is difficult.
Yeah, that part was hard. There's only so many hours in a day.
Imagine Tom answering the phone.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have any heat. What? Imagine, it's cold. Imagine Tom being the customer.
I'm cold too.
I'm cold too.
He's good. He just, there's only so many hours in a day. If you're out, you're working all day putting the equipment in and fixing everything. By the time you get back, it's, evening time, and then you got to follow up. Then it's 9, 10 o'clock at night by the time you get done. So it was tough doing everything. So
you bring
definitely
a lot
able to come
of
in and take a lot of that office plate so he could focus on the things he's great at.
This is really important. I looked it up. Did you guys go to Dutch Wonderland?
Dutch Wonderland.
That's
the one.
Yes, you're right, Steve.
That's the one.
It's theme park in Lancaster.
Dutch Wonderland. Right on Route 30.
It opens midday every day.
Nobody around here is carrying what we're talking about right now.
It is a great place to take your kids. If you got people 10 years of age or under, go down there.
Head down to Lancaster. Dutch Wonderland. If you want to see the Amish, go to Walmart about 3 a.m.
That's great. All right. So what's good in the HVAC world right now, and how confusing is it to homeowners that you talk to? with this Kathy Hochul, let's say, I heard that dishwashers now, you can't even have a high capacity dishwasher.
Yeah. It's something new every time. It's one of those things where it's, have it in the back of your mind, think about it, plan for it. But I wouldn't panic just yet. But as far as furnaces go, heat pumps, all that kind of thing, they're great. They're very efficient. They work wonderfully. This time of year, especially if you've got an old AC system and you're thinking about replacing it, look at an option of a whole house heat pump. Leave your furnace, throw the heat pump in there. Yeah. And then, you have a nice dual fuel system. Furnace can be the backup if you need it. And then if we ever get down that road far enough where, everything does end up going that way, you've got the heat pump there already. So
do people do that, or do they just wait for it to break?
You get both. Yep. Some people are very proactive. Maybe 4 or 5 years ahead of schedule. They're like, oh, it's getting up there, and they want to replace it. And then there's those who just throw some more refrigerant in it. We could probably get another year out of it, and it's 25 years old. So you get both. Are
you guys able to be pretty responsive at this point? Meaning that you're not pushing people off 6, 7, 8 weeks?
No, not that far. Yeah. Right now, we're probably 2 or 3 weeks out. We get into the heart of the summer, it might stretch to
unless it's an emergency, right?
Right. Yeah. And, AC season, emergency is it, you figure it out if, it's an elderly couple or, somebody with some health issues. Yeah. They got to get their AC in.
So if it's Tom,
he's sweating for a weekend. We'll see him on Monday. Yeah.
Well, when we get those really hot spells during the summer, can one of those heat pumps that does heat and air, will that efficiently cool the house?
You'll get your AC, no problem. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I had heard some rumors, and I don't know whether, people are trying to make heat pumps look bad. They were saying, wow, the AC is just not as efficient.
Oh, that's definitely not true. Yeah. It's way more efficient than what you've got in your house.
Air.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still forced air.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Okay. That is all the same. It's but it's way more efficient than your traditional straight
That's
AC.
Good to know.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you guys do duct work as well? Would you come in and duct a whole house?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, remodels, new construction, we do that. Full duct work systems. We just did one out towards Weedsport this winter.
Nice.
We got one down in the city. We're just wrapping up now. Full duct work. We can do all of that.
And you do some commercial stuff. I know we never really talked about that.
Yeah, we do a little light commercial. We'll swap out rooftops. We'll do commercial maintenance, all that stuff. We've done some new projects, some smaller ones, a couple rooftops with some spiral ductwork. We've done all that before, so we can do it. It's just a matter of, if it's a good fit for us.
I know the reviews are great. If folks want to check you out online.
We've just gotten a few of them recently too. Some satisfied customers, which is great, and we really appreciate the feedback we get from our customers. Honestly, even sometimes if it's more on the negative side, we like to hear about it. Definitely call us.
Right.
If you got an issue, call us before you throw it out on Google. But if that's the way you go, then we'll definitely follow up with you. We won't just leave you hanging. So sometimes it's unintentional. Every time it's unintentional, but sometimes things happen. But we try to do everything we can.
A lot of integrity over there.
Yeah,
Prime Time.
Excellent. Family owned and operated. That's Neil Carr and Vice President of Prime Heating and Air. PrimeHeatandAir.com. Thank you, Neil, and have a great rest of the day.
You too, guys. Thanks a lot. Good to see you.
All right. Jeff Zarnowski is coming up next. He's an orchardist at Z's Nutty Ridge. Everything nuts. The show's nuts. Coming up on the local show on 570 WSYR.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
It's a beautiful day when you join us on The Local Show, and we certainly appreciate you listening to Steve and I. A lot of times we don't have anything to say, but then sometimes we do, and you just never know when it's going to be good.
And neither do we. just to be clear.
So check in often, and you might hear something you like. That's for sure. Steve, I sent you a picture over the week. Did you see that of my Blackstone grill?
Oh my gosh!
The griddle.
You do that. It just continues to remind me that you get paid too much. Just to be clear.
Well, come on.
That grill's worth more than my car.
At 59 years old, I should be able to afford a griddle for all the work I do.
It is lovely. I have griddle envy. There's no question.
I am going to have you over, and when I make that stir fry, I'm going to do that because you like the Chinese cuisine, the Asian cuisine,
absolutely.
like I do.
Or just have me over and I'll cook.
Oh boy!
We'll grab some steaks from Steigerwald's and boom.
Then I'll have to, get another griddle. Probably you'll break the griddle.
No, I won't.
That's cast iron. You won't break that.
Well, I have a way of the knobs will fall off when I touch them or something.
Yeah, we'll get some steaks. We'll do a little red meat weekend.
Oh, I like that. I like your thinking.
Why not? All right, and then we'll eat some nuts. Let's go nuts. Jeff Zarnowski's here again. Folks, if you haven't heard Jeff before, this is going to be a great conversation. Stick around for the entire one. Oh, and YouTube, too. I keep forgetting, and I don't want to belabor it because I know we get short on time, but Brad does such a great job recording the video and then editing the video and all that stuff for YouTube. Check us out, Zoey Advertising on YouTube. More subscribers we get, the better things are. And
the better things are for us. It really doesn't help you a bit, but it's better for us. No, it gets it out there. So
yes,
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And smash the
like button.
The top button right there.
There you go. And you'll be able to see this. Jeff is a orchardist at Z's Nutty Ridge Farm, and it's znutty.com. znutty.com. Jeff, how are you?
We're doing great. Busy planting a lot of trees.
Yes. Oh, you're planting. You've been planting now, huh?
Yeah.
You can move the mic closer to you. Yeah, bring that right down. There you go.
Yeah, we tested it out. He was right by the mic, and then he backs way
a lot of guesses.
on the other side of the room.
It's funny, Jeff. When I do wedding receptions and I have to do the best man speech and everything, I'll hand a mic to the best man, and he'll say, "Yep, I totally get it," and he'll put it right near his mouth. As soon as I hand it to him, he'll drop it down to his belt. What are you doing? I don't know how that happened, but not everybody is comfortable like us with that. So, Jeff, you got into the nut business because you're an agriculturist, or how did you get into that business?
It's long story short. We moved on the top of a hill in Cortland County.
Yeah,
and we saw all the hillsides were going back to trees. Some poor guy 150 years ago, used axe and horses and a cow to pull them roots out. And I can't imagine doing one tree, let alone 40 acres, and they're all going waste.
Yeah.
So.
We said, let's find trees because nature wants trees. Let's find trees that we can plant that are good for the environment and which are nut trees.
Did you go to SUNY ESF? What did you have a background?
Not fall out of a tree, hit you in the head. You had a profundity. What happened?
Yeah.
So I was glued to the desk working on electronics, designing integrated circuits, and it was a release for me to go out and plant trees.
I see.
And it was so it became suddenly I'm planting thousands of trees. Wow. My wife, God bless her, allowed right alongside me planted trees.
What did she do before she got totally nuts?
Oh, she was a paralegal, and then she retired from that, came to work with my company.
Yeah.
And then she retired from there and started a brewery. And then now the brewery's gone, and now she's dedicated to working the farm.
What a history.
So talk about, what kind of nuts, can people grow nuts? Give us some background here, because people think, I'm going to plant a nut tree and it's going to grow.
Right. So commonly I'm told that's a thing.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yes.
the average person has no idea hazelnuts, walnuts, chestnuts are native to the region.
No.
So hazelnuts and chestnuts we emphasize because, one, they are native to the region. We know they'll grow here.
Right.
And the current generation doesn't know that because chestnuts have been blighted out, and now they've returned. They're blight resistant, produce great nuts. And then hazelnuts, the same thing. The nuts were small back then. Now we hybridize them with the European trees. So now we have these cold hardy, large, tasty nuts.
Yeah. And that's not the same as, what do they call that? The
candy?
The genomes and the GN.
Right. So this is not genetically modified.
That's right.
There you go, Tom.
GMOs.
Naturally hybridized.
Okay, and that's okay to do.
What's a cultivar?
So a cultivar, once you find that great tree, you want to multiply it. So you do it through a couple different ways. You can do tissue culture, where you cut little cuttings off it and you encourage it to grow and multiply. Or you layer it, where the suckers that grow at the base of the tree encourage roots to grow on it, and you cut it away from the mom tree. So once you have duplicates of a tree, you call that a cultivar. You give it a name. So when you buy a Red Delicious apple in the store, you now know what you're getting because you know that name.
Right.
And so you assign it a name, and people go, "Oh yeah, I know that tree," or "I don't know that apple," but in this case, nuts.
Right.
So each cultivar has there's one's Betty and one's Bill and one's Sarah, and they have like a name?
Yes.
How many cultivars do you have?
We sell 6 right now, and it'll be 9 by next fall.
Because you're breeding a better cultivar? Is that a fair way to put it?
Yes, exactly. And we do a lot of controlled breeding. We take the mom tree and pollen from a good dad tree, and we hand put the pollen on each flower, cover the flower up so it can't get someone else sneaking in there. And then we get the resulting nuts. We plant it. We trial it. It takes about 12 years.
So Tom could plant a couple of nut trees in his yard next to his amazing grill. Okay. And how long would it take before he would have nuts?
So if you have you need 2 trees to produce nuts, a male and a female, but they're both male and female. They have both male and female flowers, but they need pollen from another tree. So if it's a cultivar,
yes,
I can safely say in 2 years with good pollen, you will have nuts.
Wow. That's
Which kind of nuts?
In this case, hazelnuts.
Okay.
With chestnuts, it takes 4 or 5 years.
Okay. You don't have macadamia nuts, do you?
No, you need a zone 10.
How about coconuts? Got coconuts?
Same kind of deal. You need like zone 8,
What's
9.
a zone 10?
Zone 10 is it never gets to freezing ever.
Oh, yeah.
So
Hey, that's where we want to go, Steve.
I'm with you.
I want to go to zone 10. What zone are we?
we're generally in this area 5A to 6A.
Okay. Yeah,
You go a little north or on the hilltop south of us, it could be 4B.
Gotcha.
So where can people get trees?
Well, there are numerous nurseries in the area. Apple tree nurseries are everywhere. But and locally, we have, of course, Z Nutty Ridge.
Okay.
You have
well, tell us about the experience there really quickly. So I pull up to Z's Nutty Ridge farm, and what do I see?
You'll see orchards.
Okay,
You'll see a nice big windmill.
Okay.
And a barn, of course, and a log home. We generally only take people by appointment because we're busy and active, and we don't have an open storefront. Right. Our storefront is our website, like many nurseries nowadays.
And that's the letter Z, nutty.com, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And then you go right up there, and then you will explain how to plant these things. And
we do on our website, and often that people that come to pick up their trees, we will give them a quick tour, show them what they'll look like, and how to go about doing it, and make them feel comfortable.
How much fun to have some nut trees.
Absolutely. And the health benefits are wonderful. And I think on your website, you go through some of the health benefits of the nuts and all that too.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are numerous reports telling you how healthy they are.
Yeah,
there you go,
that's
Tom.
All right.
Unlike you, Tom, they're healthy.
Good, healthy nuts. That's Jeff Zarnowski right there. He and his wife doing the thing and making that's really how you make a dent in climate change. You're really changing it for the better doing that. Orchardist at Z's Nutty Ridge LLC, znutty.com, and you have a great rest of the day, sir.
Thank you, Tom.
All
and
right.
Steve.
Coming up next, we're going to talk with Samuel De La Paz. He is the store manager over at the Brady Market. We'll get his story coming up next on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Hop on your mower, grab your blower, and join us on The Local Show.
You got a mower?
Thank you. I do.
That's a nice mower, Tom.
You know, I have to get that guy we interviewed a while back, Perryville. Wasn't
yeah.
I called him once and he was on vacation. He's got to be overwrought with business, but he's got to take a look at your tractor and
So working okay? Was it good?
Well, you have to maintain them.
Oh, I know.
And no, you don't.
Yeah.
But you'll say the words, but you don't.
Come on. I got I followed the instructions. I got the oil changed every 17 years. That's what it said on the thing.
Oil? What's that? We have any extra virgin oil in there?
You've had it for 3 years now, haven't you?
Well, and I tried to do the maintenance myself, but I just don't have time between gigs in here and stuff. So, I got to have them come over, get that oil change. And the big thing is getting underneath that deck and clearing out all the old grass and the wetness.
That's what Nick, your son, is for, isn't it?
Well, you can't lift the thing. That's the, I have ramps and it's a whole thing. I don't want anybody to get hurt. So you call somebody like that, and I can't remember his name now, but I know it's Perryville equipment, and they have him come over and do the thing. So once I do that, we'll be good. But my grass looks great. I've been getting it treated, and I actually have lawn and not just weeds.
Yeah, I have people at the complex we're at. So
that's right. Yeah,
I look and hey, somebody cut the lawn.
Steve is a member of the Sunnyside Nursing Home.
It's pretty close, and it's okay with me.
That's right. Hey, as long as you have some fun. How about those? You got places you can fish back there.
Yeah, I haven't fished out in the ponds. I did get a walleye last week. It wasn't
pond?
No, not in the pond.
Okay.
It wasn't worth putting in the derby, but it was dinner.
Oh, good. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
And we'll get out there. Like I say, I'm going to call that 43 North. I got to get on their program and see what's going on for renting the boats. Okay. Right now, it's our pleasure to bring back on the show Samuel De La Paz. He is the store manager over there at Brady Market. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing just fine today. How are you, Tom?
Very good, very good. BradyMarket.org, BradyMarket.org. Tell us your story, Samuel. How did you get here to Syracuse, and what do you do at Brady Market?
Okay, cool. So I came here to Syracuse via the Amtrak.
So a train. You took a train.
Yeah.
I did. I took a train.
From where?
Why did it stop?
Way.
Why did it stop here?
Well, that's.
Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from?
Oh, so I'm from Illinois originally.
Oh, yes.
Small town called the Village of Huntley.
Huntley?
Out there, yeah. It's
Never heard of it.
I've
Deja vu.
Even I've heard of it.
Yep. So that's where I came from.
Nice.
And
Did you come specifically to work with at the market?
I did. I came straight for the market. I got off the train and walked right over to Brady
and
Market.
why-
Knocked and I said, "Are you guys hiring?"
You knew they were hiring. So what's the heart of the Brady Market, and why are you affiliated with it?
Okay, so the heart of the Brady Market is that it's not just a business, nor is it a nonprofit. It's a social enterprise. So it kind of marries the two ideas together. Mm-hmm. That's one of the main reasons that kind of drew me together. Or drew me to the.
What's
Brady
a social
Market.
enterprise? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm not that bright.
It's a buzzword. I'm trying to sound really.
Well, you sound great.
Here.
Yeah, it's very intelligent sounding.
Well,
what is it?
What it means is, a lot of businesses, they go out and they fill a need, but and sometimes filling that need can cause, there can be some negative outcomes based on filling that need. Like maybe people are overworked, or maybe their mission is just the bottom line,
Maybe they create Love Canal.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yes,
and that's not a bad thing, right? Making money is not a bad thing.
Right.
Business can do some really good things. And so social enterprise, the idea is that not only are you looking to make money, looking at that bottom line, looking to be efficient, but you're also looking to create some kind of social good in the world. And so some social enterprises focus on, we only want to produce, organic food. Some places we want to make sure that we don't use, we minimize the plastic we use in all of our products. So in our case, our mission is we want to provide holistic job training in our market. And we also want to provide food access by being a point to access fresh produce and other grocery items in the near west side.
Yeah.
All while thinking of innovative business models to make that sustainable so that we're not, so that we're chasing both a social good and a bottom line.
Right, and people will remember the old no jams. So put that in the city. Yep. That's the location of the market. That's where it is. And so it's a grocery store with a kitchen and a training center and all kinds of things behind. But the food is remarkable. They have great lunches there. We'll go over there for lunch and pick things up. And the prices are, for usually smaller organizations, I think of it as like an old Big M. Everything was there. But okay, if I went to Big M, maybe I paid a little more, but it was closer. The prices are amazing, and the meat selection, and it's quite an experience.
I was gonna say we have some of the best prices on meat in Syracuse. I challenge you to come and check that out and check out our quality.
I did.
That's our niche right there. And we talked last time on the show too. It's also, like I said, we also have these unique meats like salted pig's feet, oxtails. Last week, We had a lady come in from Cicero, and she's like, "Y'all got those salted pig's feet because I can't find those anywhere."
You got a problem with Cicero? I was from Cicero. You got a problem with that?
Oh, I have no problem with Cicero.
I'm still from there.
Yeah, he's still from there. No,
But saying she came all the way down to West Street to say,
Yeah,
look,
just to
I
get
came
in.
here to get this food that's important to me.
Well, I often look for oxtail.
yeah.
Said no one ever. What does an oxtail do? Come on.
Listen,
It's very popular. Starbucks sells oxtail. It's a very popular thing. Yeah.
Well, tell me about it.
So
Yes.
So oxtail, right? It's the tail of a cow, right? And it's not a very popular dish that you'll see at. I mean, they don't sell it at McDonald's.
Right.
You don't get burgers, but you go to Bongo's, the Jamaican place over there on South Ave.
Yes.
He's got great, known for his oxtail
Is he?
dish. And so we also, we're not, I'll admit it, we're not the best. I mean, I'm here on Zoey Advertising. There might be a conversation afterwards. We're not the best at advertising.
Yeah.
So when you come in our store, the oxtails aren't out because we had a problem with people stealing them. They were so popular.
No kidding.
So then we had a, not
So
only
they're
did we
tasty that you eat them.
Yes, you
you
cook them,
don't hang them in
Tom, you floss with them. Of course you eat
I
that.
thought you hung it on your rearview mirror, but golly.
Oh, you boil it up.
So it's an ethnic food. Some people are that they appreciate, and other people are unexposed to, like you and I, Tom.
Yeah, sure.
Really growing up, but for like lunch, to support the center,
Yes.
to support the mission there, and I know they train people in culinary, and then they send them out and they work. It's a mission,
right,
really.
that's kind of the motto.
Right.
But again, by the old no jams, if you're in the city, swing by there for lunch because there's delights.
And what's how does it dovetail with the Brady Faith Center?
Great question. So, I mean, there's a lot of collaboration because there's also the Brady Farm. We're kind of three entities.
Okay, gotcha.
So some ways we'll collaborate. They'll have programming in our community space. We will also, if they have events, we'll provide food for them. And then we share support staff too. So we don't have to hire an accounting person for us.
Right.
We can share it across organizations. So the scale is beneficial.
It's an awesome organization, Tom.
Yeah. So where are we time-wise? Yeah, because I wanted to ask another question about that. No, you made me forget. No, you made me
You don't
forget.
need my help.
Yeah, right.
But
so
hey,
we can...
We got big changes coming this summer.
Okay,
That's something
go
that we're
ahead.
really excited about. You came in before, maybe it looked a little empty. That's going to change.
Okay.
Right? You
good.
came in before, didn't see a whole lot of selection.
We got to
Change
come
is
back.
coming.
Change.
So in a couple months,
So we'll have you on more and
Yes.
do a little more advertising with you.
And it tastes delightful.
Excellent. All right. That's Samuel De La Paz. Ask for him by name. Say, hey, where is Samuel? Over at the Brady Market. He's the store manager, bradymarket.org. Thank you, and you have a great rest of the day, okay?
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right. We're going to kick off hour number 2 of the local show with a conversation with Lori Simpson, Director of Development at Hospice of Central New York in the Finger Lakes. Natasha Schmidt, co-owner of Rubber Stone New York, visits us. Matt Major, the founder of Growth Mode Technologies. And Joe Scrippa wraps us up. He's the owner of the Scrippa Group, all in hour number 2. Stick around on the local show on 570 WSYR.
It's The Local Show on News Radio 570 WSYR, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Gettys Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Thank you for joining Steve and I on the local show. You found it, the last bastion of talk radio that really means something to you.
If you say so.
Yeah, because we talk about local business and people who are doing business and making the wheels of commerce go round right here in our area with big doings. That was a great interview we did with the president and CEO of Macne.
Yes.
Randy Wolkin.
Yeah, there's so many things going on.
Yeah.
And, folks are used to hear news, right?
Right.
And they hear commercials, but where's the conversation?
Yeah.
Where's the conversation where you get to know people? And I think that's why the local show has been so well received, because that's kind of what it is.
Sure.
It's a conversation to get to know people.
And you can actually see the local show. Did you know that, Steve?
I did know that. Right there on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. And see what Tom looks like, and see how his sty his
Diminished?
It's diminished from its.
Right.
We had to get a wide-angle lens last week just to get the sty in.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Well, the styes are bad. Anyway, in this hour number 2 of the local show, you can hear some interviews with Lori Simpson. She's going going to come up first, Director of Development at Hospice of Central New York and the Finger Lakes. Natasha Schmidt will stop by, and she's the co-owner of Rubberstone New York. Matt Major is the founder of Growth Mode Technologies. We'll tell you all about his business. And then Joe Scrippa wraps us up. He's the owner of the Scrippa Group. And that's Joe bringing up the rear. I know you did that on purpose.
Yeah,
so you can say,
just so, yeah.
Steve, you're in the rear, or Joe, you're in the rear position.
You're the backside of the show, Joe.
He likes to bust at him. Anyway, Lori's here, and Lori, how are you?
I'm good, and I'm happy I'm on the front side.
Yeah,
there we go.
Be happy. We put you in the good part. So, Lori, you're always so bubbly and everything. Tell us how you got involved with Hospice of Central New York and the Finger Lakes, and what you did before, and bring us up to speed.
Sure. I've actually worked in nonprofit work for a long time. And United Way was my first job up north in the North Country. And I found a real passion for making an impact and for the organizations and agencies in the community. So when I relocated back down here, I followed up and hospice had an opening. But in the meantime, I also became a massage therapist as well. So that was a whole nother experience.
That's a lot. People say, oh, you give massage. That is a very physical.
It is.
Very much so.
Demanding.
And the amount of education that I received in that period of time to be able to actually pass the test and certify, I still use it today, even in fitness and that sort of thing, even though I'm not practicing. The amount of information that I learned was just tremendous. And it might be because I was a little older when I went. I really wanted to know, different than when I was in my.
Can you right now give Tom a deep tissue massage on his neck so I can extort him?
Yeah, and no.
Because I've been wanting to ask you about that. There's actually a part in your neck, and I watched it on YouTube, that if you get the vertebrae there at the top, right at the base of your neck,
yes,
and if you massage that properly, you can clear your sinuses.
Oh.
And I thought, wow, that's pretty good.
And if you push too hard, you're paralyzed from the neck down.
Yes.
So I think
at first, you can.
I think we need to spend a half hour together after the show and you just experimenting.
Sure.
I'll give you money. I have dollar bills.
That's okay.
So you're involved in hospice. What's your role? What do you do?
So my role is I am the director of development, which is to raise money through the foundation, the Hospice Foundation, to help support the agency. To be able to provide all the care that we do in our community.
And what care is that? You know, people hear it, they're not sure if it means palliative care or if it means, end of life care.
It is an end of life care focus, and we provide like a team of staff that help work with the family and the patient. So we have nurses and social workers and chaplains and volunteers that will come in and help out the family too and the patient. And we work together to help with their transition and getting comfortable, being able to be at home during that time, spending the most quality time they can during that end of life period.
Yeah, there's so many stories about how people say hospice was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, I hear that a lot. I really do.
Hospice was wonderful, and there's certain people. Hospice is an organization, but it's really based in people.
Absolutely.
So are these paid staff, volunteers? What's the inside? What does it look like?
Sure. We do have volunteers, and volunteers are essential as part of our agency, but so when somebody's admitted into the program for us, right now we're providing care for people that are in home. At different times we've worked with nursing care facilities and that sort of thing, but right now we're doing just home. So we have a person assigned to them, like a team assigned to them. So each person gets a nurse and a social worker, chaplain, and volunteer that is assigned. And then they come and they help educate the patient and family. And this is an important part. Our whole team travels to those people. That's another thing. Yeah. So, we do nursing support at Francis House, which is a residence.
Yeah.
But other than that, our team is out on the road, no matter the weather, to meet with people and care for the people.
How many people in the organization?
I think it's about, maybe it's like 200, 150, 200.
That's here locally. Well, between here and the Finger Lakes, right?
Right. So that covers, and we cover a huge span of our community. We do Onondaga, Oswego, Madison, Cayuga counties. In Oswego County, we're doing a lot more in the sense that the former hospice of Oswego County is no longer available.
Oh, okay.
No longer providing care, so our team is traveling up that way a lot more too.
Do you go as far as Canandaigua for the Finger Lakes, or?
I don't have a good answer. I don't have a solid answer on that.
Yeah, there's a line there somewhere that goes to Rochester, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just going through the line.
And it's the same thing with Madison County. So there's other hospices in those in the different areas. So when somebody's in need of care, hospice care, and if they're on that border, we kind of determine who's going to be maybe the give them the best time and availability. Gotcha. So we do that too.
So in order to get volunteers and things like that and to raise money for the organization, you have events?
Absolutely.
You have anything coming up that we can participate in?
Yeah, I'd love to have you participate. Okay. We actually have an event next Thursday called Celebrating Life Through Chocolate. Is one of our very popular ones. It's at Bella Demani. And we are doing advanced sale tickets only. So if people are interested in participating, that would be great. So we have different chocolate vendors.
On the website, on the hospicecny.org, is that where people can buy tickets?
Yes, they can go right there.
So what do they find? I imagine there's going to be chocolate there.
There's going to be a lot of, I think we have 11 or 10 vendors that are there. So speech, family, candy,
Yeah, we know Michael.
Yeah, Michael, he's great. So we have Geddes Bakery, the different people that are going to be bringing samples, and basically you're at Bella Demani in their banquet area.
Sure.
And we have live music, by the way, with Wits End Unplugged, and they're fabulous.
What are they called?
Wits End Unplugged.
Wits End Unplugged.
And they play locally. Brady Cass is a board member of ours, and
great.
So they're so much fun, great music. So we have that event coming up next week.
All the leftover chocolate, Tom, they're going to drop off here at the local show at Zoey Advertising, right?
Yes, I promise.
Okay, there we go. Yes. I don't think she meant that.
That would be really sweet.
I think she's going to eat it herself.
Well, it's wonderful having you on. It's a great organization, and it does so much for so many. And you and your personality just light the place up. So good job. Good job, Lori.
Thank you.
And you have a great rest of the day. We got to cut you loose.
All right. It's great to see you both.
Very good to see you. Next, we're going to talk with Natasha Schmidt. She is the co-owner of Rubberstone, New York. She'll be on the local show. Don't go away. Right here on 570 WSYR.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Here we go, folks. You've jumped on the ship that's just going a million miles an hour. It's The Local Show right here on 570 WSYR. On YouTube, please check us out on the YouTube. Smash the like button, subscribe, and see all of the behind the curtain stuff. You can actually see everybody.
I don't think it's all that impressive, Tom.
Well, it is.
There's some microphones and some faces.
You know what? I have seen some pretty poorly produced.
Oh,
YouTube
there's some really
stuff.
bad stuff out there.
And our stuff looks primo.
Compared, that's fair.
Yeah.
But it's a radio show that you can see.
Right.
It's not a TV show, right? But there are 6 cameras in here.
Yes.
You can.
And oftentimes, we're encouraging people to bring stuff.
Especially food.
Right, food.
You can bring other things, but if you're a restaurant or somebody has food, food is good.
And, in radio, of course, all of us back in the day, that was the big thing. You wanted to do, interviews and have people bring stuff. So, hey, could you bring me a refrigerator? I'm looking for a fridge. I need a car. I need a sofa. And that's the way you survive as a disc
Let's
jockey.
Get a camper company on top.
Right. Let's get some campers and some boats.
Yeah, those boats, a rocket ship company.
Everything to do with trade. Natasha Schmidt is with us right now, and she is the co-owner of Rubberstone, New York. Natasha, it's great to have you back.
It's great to be here. Home sweet home.
So let me tell you a little story.
Is it a long story, Tom?
No, just about 10, 15 minutes.
Great.
And then
That's
the
about
segment
all
will be over. So we're coming out our front door to go take a walk, which is like trying to herd cats because nobody really wants to take the walk. Mm-hmm. And I get up to the front door and there's this couple on my walkway looking around, and they're looking down like they lost something. And I said, hey, people, can I help you? And they're like, yeah, Natasha sent us over. We're neighbors down the road. And I said, oh, we're looking at your rubber stone. Do you mind? I go, well, no, but you could have knocked on the door and said hello.
Yeah.
I didn't know what they were doing. So you sent some people down.
Yeah. It was interesting conversation because I think they just live on like the other side of that main road there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my friend Tom lives over here and he's got rubber down and I'm sure he'll let you look at it.
Sure.
And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, it's literally what I pay him for.
Right.
You will have no problem at all. I mean, I assumed you guys are front porchers. So
Yes,
I was like, they'll probably
We'll be
catch
out
you
there anyway.
out there.
Then they started using the barbecue grill and cooking.
Yeah,
I thought that was a little much.
Right? Started weeding, petting the dog.
So did you book them or do you know? Oh, you did. Good. So it was impressive enough for them to say, let's go.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right. Yeah. So tell people, what are you putting rubber stone over and kind of jazz people up on rubber stone? You're good at that.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. So, right now it is the season to be out installing rubber. And what we're doing is we're taking those unsightly surfaces, whether it be concrete, asphalt, wood, or paving stones. We're doing an interior and exterior, and we're covering it with a poured-in-place, hand-troweled surface that is decorative, slip-resistant, long-lasting, really made for Central New York's environment. Most generally, we're doing it all in one day, so we're really restoring life to something that's been old and used, protecting it, giving it some longevity, and a facelift all at the same time.
Yeah. My wife and I were looking at the stoop where where we like to sit and put the rocking chairs, and we were thinking, man, wouldn't this be cool to cover with rubber stone too? Maybe we should just go the whole way and get it all covered, and that way it's like you say, non-slip,
And you can put it around your pool, Tom.
and you can, and
Oh, that's
around
right.
the
Tom
pools,
doesn't
that's
have a pool.
Oh, thanks. I see. That was a dig. The neighbors got their pools and stuff. Yeah, it's just such a great surface, so versatile. And, we do see some people with the screened front garage doors. You know?
Yeah.
And that's become very popular now. So you could put rubber stone in the garage. That's a big thing you do, right?
Yeah, that's more than 80% of what we do this time of year is we cover garage floors. So, that you have that safety factor, that fast turnaround, a product that's made to last against salt exposure, which is a big thing for up here.
Yeah.
Going over that existing damage, the salt damage, the cracked, the uneven surface. And we're really giving you an area that you can use more than just a garage,
sure.
Right? So you have these areas that are turning into 3-season rooms, or especially since COVID, exterior living spaces to kind of branch out, create some space within the family.
Right.
We have grandparents that are now watching their grandkids on a more regular basis, so they're turning these garages into additional living spaces. And rubber stone is great because it's soft enough for the kids to play on.
Yes.
It creates a whole new environment for the garage floor, and you can use it. Please
Are you still doing basements this time of year?
Yeah, we do basements year round. You'll probably get a little bit better of a price if you wait till off season, but you can definitely still get it done. I was out quoting 2 basements yesterday.
Does it affect the heat? Is it colder or warmer? I mean, I know it's waterproof. You've talked about that. Are there other benefits to it?
So rubber's really a nifty product. So it is warmer and cooler at the same time. So it insulates, but it also deflects. So when we're talking about around a pool area specifically, it's going to stay cooler than the concrete. And when the sun is off of it, it instantly cools back down. But in somewhere like the basement, it's going to help keep it warmer. It's going to, help hold in some of that heat. It gets you up off of the concrete floor a little bit and gives you a softer surface to be on. So it's really is that versatile product for all areas.
What's VUBA?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, go ahead.
What's VUBA? So VUBA is another poured-in-place hand-troweled system. And what's different for VUBA in comparison to the products that we've been carrying for the last 10 years is it's really, while it can go over concrete and asphalt, it's made to be an alternative to concrete and asphalt.
Oh, well,
so we do not need a hardscape to cover with this product. And it is also a certified porous pavement system. So in areas where we're trying to, protect landscape, be part of the Save the Rain project, any of that, this is a really beautiful alternative to where some companies are still using that large chunk rubber that's not really pretty.
Right.
This is very pretty because it's 100% granite and marble that's been tumbled. So after it's quarried, it's tumbled. So it has this nice soft roundness to it.
Yeah.
And then when we mix it with resins that are UV stable and have some flexibility to it, we're giving you a whole new concept of
That's awesome.
what a hardscape can be.
See, I didn't realize that it went over. You didn't need a substrate now.
don't.
So if somebody wanted to make a pad for like a basketball hoop, a roll-on basketball hoop, you could do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So over where my trailer is on the side of the house, we wanted to get that done. Maybe we'll have you look at that.
There you go.
Yeah, Steve's paying me way too much money, so
It's
I'd
true.
be happy to do that.
I'll take some of it. Yeah, let's share it. Spread it around.
I'll just pay you, Natasha. Forget
Okay.
it. Cut Tom out of it.
Just make the arrangement with my butler, and we'll go from there.
But we keep hearing, I had the folks from Martin Homes on last week.
Yes.
They're bragging about your products.
Yes.
And you get a lot of referrals. Look at the reviews online. Lots of, wow, I can't believe this was wonderful stuff.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Great. Well, look, you're not too far out either. So in other words, this can, I know we got to wrap it up,
Yeah.
but you can get this done quickly. It's not like people have to wait all summer to get stuff done.
Yeah, we never get more than 6 weeks out during a season. Right now, we're setting comfortably at 4, and that's just because we're still equating for some cooler temperatures at night.
RubberstoneNewYork.com, all the
got it.
info, all the stuff.
Excellent. All right, Natasha, you have a great rest of the day.
Thanks. You do the same.
Okay. Matt Mazur's coming up next. He's the founder of Growth Mode Technologies. What is it? Well, you'll have to stick around right here on 570 WSYR and 106.9 FM.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back again, and thank you for sticking around on The Local Show. We really appreciate your patronage. Is that a word, patronage?
It is a word. You used it appropriately.
Very good. Yeah, with all the inappropriate things that come out of my mouth, it's good to get one right.
Get one
now
once
and-
in a while.
Absolutely. Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. There's another great thing that just came out of my mouth. Tell me a little bit about them.
Well, they have a workshop coming up Monday. Geez, right here, this next Monday.
yeah.
And you can register to go, learn how to protect your home and life savings. If you haven't gone to one, go to one. They don't push you. They're not trying to. You get to learn, how do I do this? Do I need a trust? Am I rich enough to have a trust? It's a misconception. You got to be rich to have a trust.
Right.
But how do I do that? And they have right at the Hampton over on 7th North from 10 to 12 and 4 to 6. Go to their workshop, learn how to protect your home and life savings, and then have a conversation with your family about how you're going to do that. You can go online to safeharborwillsandtrust.com. Pretty easy. You can register right there. That would probably be the way to go because the workshop is Monday. So I would do that. You can call. They do have a 24-hour registration line, 370-9977 if you're that phone person. That's area code 315, Tom.
The big one.
The big one, yeah. 370-9977. But Safe Harbor Wills and Trust, if you haven't protected your home and life savings, Tom, you haven't protected your home and life savings.
That's right. Oh, my goodness. Yes, go ahead and do that. I'm going to put my Blackstone grill into a trust.
You should.
So the right kid gets it.
I think you should. Nick, give it to Nick.
You give it to Nick.
It's going to be worth something one day.
It will be. It's our pleasure now to bring a guest back onto the show. It's Matt Mazur. He is the founder of Growth Mode Technologies. I love talking tech. GrowthModeTech.com. How are you, Matt?
I'm great. Thanks for having me back, guys.
Well, thanks for being here. So did you know that Steve pioneered artificial intelligence?
I had not heard that, no.
He's had artificial intelligence for years,
Tom never lets me down, except always.
He's got them ready. I like it.
So tell me about Windows 11. Is that coming out soon?
Yeah. It's been out for a while.
Oh, okay.
And actually, it's becoming the you're running out of choice. It's now going to be your go-to thing. 10 is no longer going to be supported. They've announced that's getting cut off. So,
Nice.
listen, 11 really isn't a whole lot different other than they moved your start menu to the middle of the screen for no good reason. You can, it's a preference. You can actually switch it back.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you won't even know it's any
Tom's
different.
running Vista. Is that the one? Should he update?
Windows.
It's the one with a little clip mark that jumps around, right?
How
Clippy?
about Windows for work groups?
There you go.
That's it. So tell us, what do you do over at Growth Mode Technologies?
Well, we are your local IT department. So what that means is anything from some basic advice consultation to full-blown, we can be an organization or a company's full-blown IT department. So everything from kind of IT technology leadership, explaining to organizations what tech can and can't do, to the most basic, keeping things running and being there when the printer doesn't print or you need a password reset, things of that nature. So
why
we kind
would
of run the gamut.
Why would people outsource that?
That's a great question. So the reason for that is technology is moving incredibly rapidly. The stat that they've seen for a long time is our industry reinvents itself 100% every 6 months. The talent and the variety of talent it takes to keep up with that is pretty immense. And I know I used to be a one-man shop. I used to be a freelancer. That's how I did the bulk of the things. And when I came to be able to build an organization with a full-blown team, I was really able to see the power of that and the advantage. And a lot of organizations will have one good person. But is that person keeping up with their skills, keeping up with the technology, which is not just a matter of the new and fancy stuff, but the older stuff becomes a security risk, and it actually becomes a problem. And we've run into a lot of places where folks have done things the absolute perfect way we would have done them a decade ago. That's not cool today. And the fact that it's still working that way, so rather than having one person and one salary, you get a whole team, you get a wide variety of growing experience for your organization.
How does that not threaten the 30-year-old white male that's the IT guy? Sorry.
That's terrible profiling.
Am I wrong?
So
how does that guy not go?
The biggest thing with that is
folks are trying to take my job.
So one of the things, and again, what I said in the beginning is we run the gamut, and a lot of times we will work with organizations that have internal help.
Okay.
And that's what really enables that person. They are a one person, pulling their hair out, trying to maintain this whole organization by themselves. Now they get the power of that full team to stand behind them. And that's kind of what we do. We make them look like the hero and kind of do the back end stuff.
Yeah. And also at this point, Steve, you got to figure that IT has now encompassed just about everything. Like in the old days, it might be like migrating from, a mainframe to Windows based PCs and things like that, or taking care of printers and servers and things. But now it's integrated. Everything is integrated.
It's the phone.
Right? It's the phone, right? It's the new refrigerator I got. This is another thing to make you think you're paying me too much. But we did get a new refrigerator where the screen is built into the one side of the refrigerator. A screen, a full thing. It hooks up to your iPad. It's completely Wi-Fi.
There's a screen. There's a pad on
on one side of the door. Yeah, it's built right into the door.
You can watch the local show on YouTube while you're making breakfast.
That's right. And you can watch that. Because it's kind of cool. So, but I mean, it's all integrated. You can start the stove from in your car and you can preheat the oven, right? So
great.
So when you're in a company, you've got all that going on.
Yes.
Not to mention, but we're going to mention it, AI and those types of tools that are all in offices now.
AI is incredible. I think a lot of people are worried about it. I am personally excited about it because of the capabilities it's going to give us. We're still going to have control. The Terminator's not launching any moment now, even though we're a few days away actually from when Sarah Connor meets, but that's a whole other. But it's an incredible tool, and we're actually trying to embrace it quite a bit. We've got some folks in our office working on some AI potential tools that are going to allow companies to privatize it and have that security. One of the biggest concerns is these big companies with AI are going to have my company data if I were to use it. Well, you can privatize that. You can have your own personal AI. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what we're looking at and looking at the potential, because the potential, we're just only scratching the surface. And
so you use the term your local IT department.
Yes.
What's that all about?
So in a nutshell, I think it's just a great descriptor of what we are. We focus essentially on local CNY in the 315 area code type of businesses. Mm-hmm. And again, we can act as your company's IT department. And that means anything mildly technical that you might have a question about in your organization, we're here to help.
Is that remote, or do you go there, or is it a combination?
It's all of the above. Although our company, I think one of our big differentiators, if you will, is that we are really huge fans of human beings in our clients' buildings.
Oh, there you go.
Almost all of our standard service offerings include regular standing visits, whether you need it or not. We're there. We're checking things out. We have a human connection. At the same time, we have that remote service. So if you need something and I can fix that by pressing a button while you're on the phone, we absolutely want to do that rather than send somebody to you. So
primarily businesses.
Absolutely. Businesses and nonprofit organizations
that have some employees. That's kind of your happy place.
Yes.
So if they wanted to connect with you, maybe just get an idea or a quote, growthmodetech.com. Is that still working?
That'll get you there. Yep, absolutely.
That's excellent. Yeah, and I think it's one of those things that companies cannot afford to.
And we didn't talk about security, but you're right.
Yeah, you need it. Yeah. Because there's no way you can keep up with everything. You need somebody like him. So that's Matt Major right there, founder of Growth Mode Technologies. And thank you so much. You have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
All right. Joe Scrippa's coming up next. Bring it up the rear, that Joe.
He's on the back side of things. Yes, he is.
Owner of the Scrippa Group right here on 570 WSYR.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Back into it and back at it again. You've got The Local Show with Tom and Steve. Thanks for hanging out with us, despite the fact that Steve's here. We are broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studio, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. And, of course, on YouTube, where you can actually see Steve and all that. What?
Nothing. It's all good.
Joe Scrippa can't believe it.
I got to crack it up, and I haven't said a word yet.
Oh, sorry. Look at him. Oh, my gosh.
Joe was picked up on the security camera. That's okay.
That's where I belong, on security cameras.
You're right.
Yeah.
My goodness, you guys. You're like two boys I got to separate.
That is true.
When you get
Joe, imagine if we were like in school together.
Oh, my goodness. We would be in the principal's office.
Yes. Sister.
So, Tom, go ahead and introduce somebody.
Whoever. Yes, okay. Well, Joe Scrippa is with us, folks. It's always a dynamic conversation. He's the owner of the Scrippa Group, scrippagroup.com. If you're not sure how to spell Scrippa, I don't know what to do for you.
Yeah, you're not worthy of a call.
It's SC. It's not a K or anything. SCRIPA group.com. How are you, Joe?
Great, Tom. How about yourself?
Oh, very good, sir. Very good.
And how you doing, Steve? I'm doing good, Joe. Thanks.
Hey, I said it.
Oh, my goodness.
I asked him first.
I'm lost. At a loss of words right here.
No, you won't be.
It's where he puts me. It's where he puts me.
So things are moving forward. We had a great conversation with the CEO and president of Macne. You familiar with Randy Wolkin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so
I am.
Randy, very intelligent man, and he's been at the Macne for a long time. So we got kind of the inside scoop of, Micron developing and all this type of stuff. But, if you listen to the national news, I heard two stories. One that commercial real estate was not as, what do you want to say? It's just not doing as well on a national scale. And I don't think that's the case here, right?
I've got to say right now, we are hustling and bustling. Recently, I think, Steve, you've met Harry Harkaway.
Yeah,
Harry
sure.
and I work together, and we've kind of teamed up. And between the two of us, Harry's an office specialist. Harry's busy. They're even saying nationally that office is down 40%. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't know by what Harry's doing right now. He's out showing property today, right now, for purchase and for lease today.
Good golly.
He's got appointments.
And I also heard, I see Grazi's name back in the papers.
Grazi's doing great. He's doing great work around town, redeveloping so much. Mm-hmm. And he's not in pain for new tenants. Tenants are coming and everybody's filling up.
That's excellent.
So we are a little insulated. Mm-hmm. And I think with Micron coming, I think we've got all sorts of opportunity. I know it's outside of our county, Onondaga County, but I was just this morning out in Canastota at 500 North Peterborough
Very familiar
Road,
with it, yeah.
Which most people know is the former Rapazzotti Onion Plant.
Yeah, the onion place.
Sure.
Yes. So there was an enormous investment going into that property. I was out there today, And I would almost guarantee that we land an ancillary Micron user there.
Right on the throughway.
We've got literally 50,000 square feet available there right now. High ceilings, service garages, Class A office. The building's been fully renovated.
Think of all the businesses that have to support those people, right?
Yes.
That would grow
They
in that
have to come
Canastota
first,
area. Yeah,
right? They have to come first. So this building is about to be delivered to the market. We're going to start marketing it heavily, actually probably next week.
Yes.
So right now it's kind of secret. This is the first announcement.
Yeah. Okay.
So throughout the week, as the week matures, we'll be.
What about the big buildings downtown that had all those people working in offices? Some of that's got to be open,
Well,
right?
there are some open spaces, and again, because of my relationship with Harry, there's some stuff I can't mention. But Harry's got some major deals going right now. He is killing it in the office.
You're like a secret agent, man.
Secret agent.
You've always got
That's right. We need
secrets
that
going
music.
on.
We need the music.
There we go. So now in your backyard, Micron, up in Cicero, things are. I mean, they start to drill and kick the tires, and things are happening, right?
Definitely. Every time, we're going by that site, Steve, you were up there flying and seeing all the drilling going on, and armies of people, teams of people out there working on the site.
They're working on 81 around Circle Drive, and they're starting to expand all that.
All the
41
expansions,
all
the expansions are happening up there. We've got some new properties again next week coming to market up around the Micron site, which are aces. There'll be great development sites. We've got a building coming on that would be tremendous for contractors, landscapers, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Huge yard space, right up against 81, high visibility. Yeah.
So the challenge area might be residential at this point because not enough inventory.
Residential's been a problem. We need listings. We've got Nikki Bronner in our office, Amber Perkins, Kelly Soccocio, your wife.
Yes.
Alex Scrippa, my son. And we really cannot get enough residential listings. And I would tell you, everything we've sold has gone significantly over list price.
Gotcha.
So if people are wondering if now's the time to sell. And
Do it.
hang out for a few minutes. And when our developments start to come out, we're working on a few developments right now that are going to be some townhome communities where if you want to get maximum dollar and be in your retirement home, it's about to line up right here.
I saw you showed me some things not that long ago. Some of the what could happen there.
The renderings, yep.
The renderings, and they're amazing,
Aren't they?
And they do fit me, Tom. That you know what I don't have to maintain. I have to do. There's a townhome community there. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
No, so it's what we're working on right now is a couple of townhome communities that would serve somebody like Steve selling your house, or you if you wanted to get down to one level, no service, fully mowed lawns. It's like living in an apartment, but it's a.
You still have your independence and all that.
Typically 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 2-car garage.
Yeah.
I like all that.
Yeah.
Well, we got to get Kelly moving because I'm doing a bunch of home improvements and I can't pay for
Get
it
her
all.
selling. Well, we've got some developments we believe will be coming online in the next 12 months up in Brewerton and possibly Central Square.
Nice.
For single family homes. And, if people want to get out of the hustle and bustle of Syracuse and move a little bit north, you can have the beauty of Syracuse.
Absolutely.
And just be a little bit north of the city.
So the 452-1200 number is your office number.
452-1200.
So if people want to say, what about me? Or at least have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
The 452-1200 and Scrippa. How do you spell that, Scrippa, Tom? SCRIPA. Scrippa Group.
And he'll take you over and get a coffee at Coffee Kubal, right?
Well, Kubal always.
Kubal,
but I will tell you, are you guys going to the Syracuse the Battle of Food Trucks this weekend?
No, I didn't know about that.
It's going on at the fairgrounds. And I'll tell you, I say that a little self-servingly because we have a food-grade building about 2 miles from the fairgrounds. And we'd love to have those food truck people come and look at that space and occupy it. We have a couple vacancies.
And food grade is a big deal.
Big deal.
But it's Mother's Day weekend.
Well, you know what? The mothers have to eat too, Tom.
Well, they can always come and see us Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's all week. Okay, good. Yeah. Or most of the first part of the week. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to wrap up and push you out the door, which I know Steve loves to do to you. So
or lock me out of the door.
Oh, you do it once.
That's Joe Scrippa right there, owner of the Scrippa Group. Thanks so much, Joe. and you
Thank
have
you.
a
Thank
great
you.
weekend.
Thank you, Tom and
Steve, that's going to wrap
invisible.
things up. He is. We're going to wrap things up, though, Steve. You can get off and do what you have to do. Spend some time with Mom.
I will.
And all that. I'm sure she would like that. God bless you and your families, folks. Take a walk today and every day with your friends and family members, and that keeps the weight off and the mind clear, you know. I read that in a book somewhere. No, I saw it on a YouTube video. Bumper sticker. The local show is heard every Saturday morning from 11 to 1, and then again on Sunday morning from 7 to 9. Listen together with a friend. Until next week, get down to business and keep doing business locally. Tell your friends about the local show right here on 570 WSYR, 106.9 FM, the iHeartRadio app, and on YouTube at Zoey Advertising 3809.